Okay, so we're here today at Westlake Science Park with Kinetic Energy, and we've got Steve Whitehead and Bill Roberts here. Welcome both. First of all, Steve, can you tell us a bit about what you guys do? What is Kinetic Energy?
Well, thank you very much. Thanks for inviting us along. So I'm Steve. I'm one of the founders of Kinetic Energy, founded in 2012 in Australia with my business partner, Peter Bond. Kinetic Energy's technology is a semiconductor technology which will transform power generation, electricity generation. It uses a novel semiconductor to convert radiation directly into electricity. So we can use waste materials, nuclear waste materials, and we can use radioisotopes.
That sounds really interesting. Could you tell us a bit more, Steve, about how the product can be used? What are sort of the benefits of it?
Yeah, no problem, Jutta. The technology works with industrial isotopes. It can be applied in any size, any shape. It works night and day, all seasons, all weather. It's CO2 emission free. It's got a high energy density. They can be compact and powerful. It's also uninterruptible. It can be affordable. It's unhackable. It's reliable. And it's effectively a fit and monitor kind of technology as well.
This sounds like really great technology, but Bill, where will this product actually be used?
Steve's infinite power cell can be used in a lot of applications. So at the small scale, it can power sensors, it can power anything that's really remote or inaccessible. It's got a fit forever battery. You can build it into a building or a bridge, make a sensor from that way. You can put it into a waste store and it can power a waste sensor. You could use them for small motors. So for example, for undersea drones, you could put them in space satellites, it could power that. So the fact is the power doesn't have any moving parts. It's an isotope and a semiconductor. It produces electricity. It will produce reliable electricity for decades. And on the large scale, you could actually provide large scale power on-grid generation, for example, using the energy already in the existing stockpiles of nuclear waste, which could be used to essentially provide free, carbon-free power for generations.
Okay, great. This sounds absolutely amazing, this technology. Can you tell me, how could this contribute to combating global climate change?
I mean, climate change is the biggest challenge facing governments, industry, and probably mankind today. The International Energy Agency has estimated that around $13.5 trillion of public and private investment is needed to basically get us to meet that challenge. And that's across a 15-year period. So what does our technology do? Well, it's as applied as a base load power solution. It'll give zero emission power generation over a sustained period of years, 25 years. That's going to contribute hugely to reducing emissions globally. The technology is deployable, so it doesn't take 15 years to build a power station. We can get these technology out there quickly, deploy them in countries that need them, so it can help developing countries as well as established economies.
Well, that sounds like fantastic technology, but why here, Steve? How did you find yourself in West Cumbria?
Well, in 2012, we founded Kinetic Energy in Australia, my business partner and I, Peter Bond. We worked with the University of New South Wales very closely, and we developed the technology. We own the IP the whole way through that process. After completing the development work at the Pacific Northwest National Laboratory in America, we did a global search for where can we establish our office and laboratory. And we decided on Cumbria because it has a wealth of knowledge, a wealth of experience and resources to support our business. I've now completed full circle. I'm now moved my family back here as well from Australia back to the UK in August of this year.
And Bill, can you tell us a bit more about your connection with Kinetic and also why Cumbria? How does that all tie together?
Sure, yes. So I met with Kinetic at the Britain's Energy Coast Business Cluster meeting, and we got talking about the enormous latent value of the supply chain here, and I realised that Kinetic was something that could bring a transformation. The supply chain, the nuclear supply chain, has got enormous global value which isn't being realised. Its latent value needs a catalyst to set it off. And Kinetic brings that. Its semiconductors convert radiation into energy. That's hugely valuable. It's a worldwide market, and the skills to make that product real are here. There's another reason why we would want to be here in West Cumbria, and that is because of the potential customers for Kinetic. I mean, obviously, we're looking for customers who can use the kinetic energy cell in their products. So people manufacturing heat pumps, people manufacturing sensors, people manufacturing any sort of equipment that uses power, they now have that equipment that will last for decades. So if you're making a sensor that will monitor temperature and monitor vibration, will measure chemical hydrogen buildup or pressure, anything like that, you can now fit that sensor with a battery that will last for decades. And that means it's a game changer. It provides a valuable, innovative, competitive advantage to those manufacturers. So we're here for the suppliers, we're here for the skills, and we're here for the customer set.
So in addition to what Bill just said there, the business cluster has made us feel really welcome. We're an international company that has moved here, and the business cluster enabled us to quickly connect with the right people to help us to build an amazing team and actually accelerate our growth.
Really, really interesting, guys, to hear about that today. So thanks for sharing that, Bill and Steve. It's great to see as someone local, a business investing in the local community and really want to make a success of this, bringing a high-tech business to an area that's got a long-standing heritage of advanced manufacturing.
Yeah, no, it was a great conversation. Thank you so much. It's brilliant to see real examples of clean energy solutions, low carbon solutions. Much of the world talks about it, but here we see something that's right here on our doorstep, right here in Cumbria, which I just find absolutely fascinating. So thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today. It's brilliant.
Thank you.
Thank you.